It's a cold day here in Manhattan, and today I'm walking with my fiance to the art store to pick up a 60 by 72 canvas for a new painting that I'm starting. This is my first time prepping a canvas, and I got some Pro Guard from Soho Art Supplies and some oil ground, and I also got some sandpaper. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sanding down the layers of gesso. So I already put 3 layers of gesso down. And this is me sanding my final layer before putting on the titanium oil ground. And sanding between the layers, what that does is just makes the surface really, really smooth. Make sure that your layers are completely dry. It takes gesso about 24 hours to dry. This is like my 4th day working on this. Once I was done sanding, I wiped off all the excess pieces because it was really dusty. Then I started to get everything I needed to put on my oil ground. Now, I've never done this before, so I went on Google and I also went on Golden's website because Golden owns Williamsburg Colors. And it told me to put it on with this palette thing and to use this back and forth motion, I guess, to really get it into the grooves over the gesso. So that's what I did. It took me a really long time to do it. And then once I was done applying everything, I took this roller and I just smoothed everything out. This took a full week to dry. You can do 1 or 2 layers, and it was so hard doing it the first time. I only did 1 layer. So when the oil ground was dry, I decided to start to transfer my drawing. And I use a projector because it's just so much easier than hand drawing it out. I don't like it when people project actual photographs, but I don't see a problem with people transferring their drawings this way. So here I am just tracing out my little drawing. And that night I had laid down the line work and I just didn't film it. And I also laid down some washes of color over the hair. And I decided that I wanted to work a little bit on the face more. So here I am setting up my palette. I set my colors up in a really particular way, just so that when I'm painting, I know where to put my brush down on the palette. Painting the face is my favorite part, and I normally save it for last, but I was so excited I started the face first on this piece, and this is just the first layer. The next weekend, it had snowed, and this is the beautiful view from my roof. It was just a little sprinkling, but I always love to come up here and just kind of look around. But I knew I had to get to work because my apartment is basically painting boot camp. This painting that I'm working on is called The Man Inside My Head, and it's referencing the internalized male gaze. I have been working on this painting since October of 2024, and I finally finished it and I'm so happy. So here's a couple of detail shots. I added some tattoos, and I was just adding these extra little details into the posters in the background, and I had a lot of fun doing the books and the DVDs. And when I was done with this piece, I worked on the new painting a little bit before heading to Maman to pick up a Valentine's Day card for my fiance. All of the cards were so cute. I couldn't pick which one I wanted to get him. These ones are a little bit girly, so I ended up getting him one with a pug on it, and I forgot to record that one. I also picked him up these dumplings from this dumpling place down the street from our apartment, and he loved them. My fiance is always willing to help me with my art, so he helped me photograph my painting, and then I started editing it in Photoshop. I always use the perspective crop tool because it doesn't crop out any corners of the painting, and using Photoshop makes this really easy. You just click each corner and then you click enter, and it automatically reconfigures the picture for you so it comes out perfect. Then you create a new layer, and this is something that's optional, but I always adjust the selective color, and this just allows you to have more control over certain colors in the painting. So I really wanted to change the magenta for the background to make it a little bit warmer, and Here is just an example of how messing with the colors changes the photo. I changed the cyan and the yellow for the magenta, and that was all I really wanted to do. So just go to File, Export, Export As, and you want to make sure that it's saved as a JPEG, and then you just click Export. And then I always save my pictures on my desktop, and I always rename the file just to make it easier for me to find. And the final thing that I had to do was sign the back of my painting, and I can't believe I caught this on camera. I spelled my own name wrong, and I was so confused. Sometimes it happens when I'm not paying attention and I'm writing cursive, and then I had to count the letters in my name. So I just wrote it in print on the bottom in case somebody didn't realize I messed up my own name. And that's all the art that I've made in the past 3 weeks. I really want to make more YouTube videos, so thanks for watching, and please check out my newest single, Worst Angel Cake, which is on all streaming, and please check out my EP, Heartsick, also on all streaming, and you can follow my TikTok and Instagram. My link is in the caption. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.